Hey guys, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77. When we come back, a little surprise from Hubsan right after this. Okay, so today I got a pretty cool package here that Hubsan surprised me and sent me. After I reviewed that H109, I was talking to him about getting something different some other time that I'd like to get for my own self, maybe buy one, but this ended up coming in the mail, so it was a complete surprise to me, guys. So they ended up sending me that X4, the JET, so the H123D. Always wanted this brushless version of their racer, so that's great. Hubsan, thank you guys so much for sending this out. I really appreciate that. I really wanted one of these. This is perfect for me because I'm still a beginner at FPV racing, so FPV I'm not 100% on yet. So with this, I'm going to do an unboxing up close, and then we'll go through what's in here, and then after that we'll do an initial flight. I just want to do a line of sight flight. I don't want to go and use goggles yet. I just want to get used to this and see how it flies, and then later on I'll update the firmware and we'll see how that goes as well. But pretty cool with this one because it actually has the H123D controller. So Hubsan must have listened to all you guys about modifying that controller for those who had the H501S. Everybody was modding the controller and putting the antennas on the outside, which Hubsan must have been listening to all you guys because they ended up doing that. So that's really cool. So you don't have to mod that controller. It's ready to go. So it does have standard mode, horizon, and acro. But like I said, they ended up doing a firmware update. I'll do that later. And it's supposed to make the acro and horizon mode even better. So, all right, guys, let's go to the unboxing. Right after that, we'll go for a test flight. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I got everything out of the box. You got the quadcopter, then you got the controller. I went ahead and put the 5.8 gigahertz patch antenna on, and then the dipole antenna. It's the 2.4 gigahertz. Everything's labeled on here so you know where the antenna goes. Tell you a little bit about the controller really quick here. You got your trim buttons all right here, on and off switch. If you hold this button down, it will shut off the lights for the quadcopter, which is pretty cool. You got your high and low switch for your speed rates. This is your camera. One press will give you a picture there. And then here's the other one for recording. It's labeled as well. If you hold it for a few seconds, it'll start the recording. Just don't forget before the battery goes dead to hold that a few more seconds so you can stop the recording, because it does have a built-in DVR in the quadcopter itself, so you can record onto a micro SD card, which is awesome. Sure appreciate them having that option still on there, just like their first version, which is that H122D, the brushed one. Wanted to show you back here because you could put 4 AA's in here, or it actually has a JST connector, so you can put the actual battery pack in there, since they supply you with 2 batteries, which is very awesome. I'm so happy Hubsan did that, because their first model they only had 1 battery. That way you don't have to order a second battery, you'll already have it. So you can go and use it in the controller, or you can run another battery pack that if you want in there, or just run AA's. So the battery here is 7.6 volt and it's 25C. It's 980 milliamps. Takes about an hour and a half to charge with this balance charger here that they supply you, and you get about 10 minutes of flight time is what they're saying. So I'm thinking probably about 8, maybe 9 minutes, depending on how rough you are flying, So let's take a quick look at the quadcopter, which is pretty nice. You got a little carbon fiber frame here. The KV motors, I'm not too sure about. There's probably hundreds of these videos of this H123D, so I'm just going to do a quick unboxing. I'll leave the size of the motors in the description for you. The camera is only 720p, and it does adjust, so you can actually adjust it up quite a bit. So that way, if you have a pretty good pitch going, you're going to still be able to see with your goggles. you can mod it a little bit to make it go a hair further, but I shouldn't have to because I'm not going to really be racing around really hard there. But it is nice that they have that adjusted, and it looks like it goes a lot more than the first original one. But anyways, yeah, it's got a built-in DVR recorder, which is back on this side. It's actually up underneath here, you guys, so you could put a little micro SD card in there. I think it's up to 32 gigabytes, so you'll be able to have plenty of record memory of the flight here. It does have a built-in buzzer, I believe, on this, so if you do lose connection or you crash, you'll be able to, as long as you got enough battery, you'll be able to hear it beeping so you can find your quadcopter. This is where the power cord goes to plug it in. There's no switch, so you'll just plug the battery directly in right here, and the quadcopter will start up. And then here's your antenna, which, you know, you could bend it either way. So that makes it nice in case you crash or something, they'll fold back. But you know, the thing I didn't notice, and I may have to check the box again, I didn't see any spare props. Maybe I missed something in the box. I'll dig through there again, but I didn't see any spare props, so I'm gonna have to order some props because I know I'm gonna chew them up. Alright guys, hey, real quick, I had to splice this into the film. I ended up digging in there a little deeper. They give you a spare battery strap here, and they do give you spare extra props here, 4 of them. So you got 4 of those and 4 extra, looks like, actually looks like a whole set of screws. So that way you'd have, I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8 extra screws too as well. So that's nice. I just didn't see it in there. It was down at the bottom. So, all right, you do get props, you guys, but I do suggest order some more because you will chew them up. I know I did with the first one because I'm still a rook at this. Which I'll show you the H123D. This is the brushed version. And if you could see, they're single blade and they're chewed up. I crashed the heck out of this thing and it's still going. So what I'm going to do is just fly line of sight with this one at first. Test out the switches here, since this is supposed to be standard mode. The middle is supposed to be horizon, and all the way down is supposed to be acro. So I don't know if it's set up like that now with it being stock. I know they did a firmware update to where it's supposed to have a better acro and these switches are supposed to work. I'm not sure if they're working now. That's why I want to just do a first initial test of it just completely stock before I upgrade the firmware. So you do have your high and low switch right here. I can't remember if I mentioned that, so I apologize, but there's your high rate and then your low rate of speed. So anyways, there's a quadcopter, and there's its first prototype with the brushed motors. I just wanted to show you that. This one kind of looks a little bit bigger or taller, but this one's more wider and spread out, so it'll be interesting to see how this one flies. I've heard a lot of good things. People like it for a beginner quad. It's not going to be your you know, straight racer like a lot of those guys are running, you know. It's just going to be something for beginners, you guys. Here's your balance charger here. I already got it plugged in so you can charge the batteries. You can only charge one at a time, or if you have a hobby grade charger, that'd probably be best, so you can get the both cells charged, you know, balanced correctly. So but anyways, that's basically it, you guys. You got your sunshade. They give you directions here how to put the sunshade on. And don't forget to take off your protective covers, and especially on the camera right here, or you'll have a blurry vision if you don't peel that off. So, all right, guys, let's go take this thing out in the field and see how it does. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, hey, I'm out here at the park with the H123D, the little brushless racer by Hubsan. Hey, I'm going to take this just for a test flight. I'm not going to go and do FPV goggles. This is just line of sight. I'll do more tests later on when I upgrade the firmware, but for now I'm going to test out the SD card. I went ahead and put in here, so I went ahead and put a class 10 memory card in here. Just going to go and test it out and see how it does in low rate and then high rate, just to see how it feels and see what it does, guys. So let me fire this thing up. So we go ahead and plug this thing in. Alright, set it down here. Alright, I got in low rate. It's in it's just in standard mode right now. Then you got horizon, and then you got acro. But right now the buzzer's going off because I got to turn the controller on and bind it. Alright, so we have picture now, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start the recording. Let's hold that down here. Should start the recording here. There we go. Just press it once and it says it's recording. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and link this thing here. It should be ready and linked, I guess. So let me calibrate it by pushing that stick in and going right, left. There we go. Alright, we're calibrated. So for just a level surface here, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the motors. There we go. Let's take this thing up. Alright, here we go, guys. This is just first rate right now. Oh yeah, this thing's super fun. Wow, I can't wait to put the goggles on. That's just first rate right there, you guys. So let's see a punch out and just let's see just a punch out in first rate. Whoa, that thing, wow, that thing's pretty sporty. Alright, let me go in second rate here, click this down. Alright, yeah, it's a little more faster. Alright, let's do a punch out. Oh yeah, a lot better. Wow, this thing is definitely sporty. Well, I got my hand shaking. I can't believe how fast this thing is. Yeah, it's definitely sporty. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah, definitely gonna have to get the goggles on so I could check out all the other modes here. Looks like I got the swallows trying to attack the drone right now, so. But anyways, yeah, this thing's actually pretty cool, you guys. I like it. Do another punch out. Let me get a little closer here. Alright, we're in second rate. Yeah, nice. Definitely a good little flyer. This thing's nice and smooth. I'm just cruising it right now. Let's check out the view, see if you guys can see that screen. I put the little screen on here. Maybe you guys could see that, I hope. So the FPV is working. It says it's supposed to get about 8 to 10 minutes worth of flight. They do give you 2 batteries, which makes it nice. Kind of does a little, I don't know, maybe the firmware update will change that. But sounds a little shaky. If you guys can hear that, listen. Hear that little shakiness there? Kind of sounds like it, like it's not firing right, but I don't know. My friend Ryan from RD's drone reviews, he did the firmware update and said that it works killer. In the acro and horizons a lot better. So I'm definitely gonna have to do that. I have to get to a PC. I'm gonna have to get to a PC or a laptop to do that, you guys. I don't have one at the moment, so I'll definitely get to one. Maybe even go to the library and update that firmware. Maybe it'll stop that shakiness. It does fine when it sits here and hovers. It's just when you go and do a punch out. See, it kind of makes some weird, kind of sounds like it cuts out a little bit. Boy, that was getting my hand shaking for a minute there. Reminds me of like when I was first learning how to fly. I get nervous sometimes with manual flyers, especially a brushless one. I'll leave a link to the brushed model that I had, the H123D, which was a nice little racer, but the camera was pretty dark. So it was kind of hard to see when I was using the goggles. So I definitely gonna, man, this thing definitely banks awesome, right on a dime. I'm definitely gonna have to see how it does with the goggles. I should have brought them, but I don't have a spotter right now, and I don't want to take a chance because there's kids here at this park. So I just don't want to take a chance. We've got little kiddos out here, so let me try horizon mode just to kind of see how it does. Yeah, a lot more pitch. Definitely more pitch with horizon. Wonder if I could do a flip with horizon. No, it just no, it just does a lot more pitch there. So it just it won't flip on horizon. I don't know if I want to try acro with let's try acro. Yep, it did it. Oh, shut her down. It flipped, but just don't quite have the power to pull back up because I didn't give myself enough room. Ryan says it stops all that, and it ends up doing a pretty good acro once you upgrade that with the firmware. So I'll try acro one more time, see if I can get it to flip and not come down into the grass. I'll give myself a little more room here. Alright, let's try it again here. We're in acro. Okay, let me give myself a little more room here. Yeah, definitely in acro. Let's try sideways. Yep, okay, it did a flip. There we go. Come back here a little bit. Oh, a little too close to the ground. Alright, shut it down. And if you ever lose it, just shut off the controller, as long as the battery didn't come disconnected, and you can see the buzzer will go. Let me turn that back on. Man, this thing is freaking awesome. I like this thing. Pretty cool for beginners right here. I definitely got to get the goggles on. I could do acro a lot better. I just really need to get that firmware upgraded and put it in standard mode. Let me go ahead and shut off the recording. Actually, the recording's, yeah, there it goes. Recording off. Let me recalibrate this thing by pressing over. Then, okay, see how it's flashing right now? Okay, now I calibrated it. So in case you do land or crash like that, you want to calibrate it. Looks like the battery's starting to get low. We only got about quarter of the battery left. Controller, boy, controller eats the batteries pretty good. Got 4 AA's in here. They're brand new, and this is the first flight right here, and it's already a quarter of the batteries are gone. So you definitely want to use that JST connector in the back and put a Lipo battery, because you'll go through AA's. All right, you can arm it inwards as well. So let's take this up. We're in standard. Can we get out here a little bit, and I'll put it down to acro. Okay, there's acro. Okay, pulled out of it. Alright, I'm going to click back into standard. Alright, battery's getting low. So it does beep for you. So battery's low. I'm going to go ahead and swap out the battery real quick. Lights are flashing, let me know that the battery's low. Alright, let me swap out that battery. I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, swap out this battery is actually pretty easy. So that's all I gotta do. I'm gonna put this in my pocket. We'll put the other one over here real quick. Slide that in there. Put the band back on. Then I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in and set it down. Alright. Should be firing up here. Turn the controller on. Alright, we got power again. We got 8.4 volts, so we're ready to go again, you guys. Yep, full power. Here we go. Let's try this again. I'm going to go ahead and calibrate it one more time. Okay. Lights are flashing. It stopped. We're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and put the... I'm going to record again. Let's get a little footage here again. Man, this thing is awesome. I like it. Alright, let me go ahead and I'm in high rate. I'm going to put in acro. There we go. Alright, there we go. Did a flip there. Let's try sideways. Okay, takes a little bit to get back down, but that's alright. Alright, put it back in standard. It's not too bad. I got to get used to it a little here. Here's acro again. Alright, I'd like to see what that firmware is going to do. Let's try forward flip and acro. Okay. Not too bad. Alright, I'm going to put it back in self-leveling mode there. Got the gyros back on, so yeah, it's got a pretty good video. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, definitely sporty. Really like this guy. Alright, let me put in second rate here. Man, that thing's fast. It's not as fast as a lot of you racers out there. You guys are used to some
really decent race quads, but you know, for me as a beginner, this one's good enough for me right now, you guys. Sure is really nice. Alright, let's try acro mode again. Oh, that turned pretty sharp that time. Let's try it again. Yeah, not too bad. Alright, back to standard. Yeah, not too bad. I like it. It's pretty cool, man. Let's go for a little flight here. I don't know what the range is. I think it's got a little deal on here that lets you know if you're going out of range. But I'm at least 50 meters out there. It'll be hard for you guys to see, so I don't want to go too far. Just gonna do a smooth little flight right here so you can check out the video.
Chest and I'll let you sink in. The devils within that turn me against myself. Crying on water, flow is right. The skin turns to ashes and I struggle. Take my breath, please take my life tonight. Whoa, together you will find.
Bring it back. I don't want to go over the road there. You'll lose orientation. That's why it's good to go and have your goggles and a spotter. So, and this thing is freaking cool as heck, man. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Let me stop the recording. That is awesome, man. I really like this thing. I'm glad I found that it's got the other propellers in there, so it does come with 4 extra props in case you break one. I just didn't see it in the package. I believe I threw that clip in there real quick so you guys could see that, because I missed it at first when I was doing the initial unboxing. But man, it eats this controller eats the battery majorly, you guys. So anyways, just wanted to show you a quick flight. Went through like 1.5 batteries. This one's almost ready to go, but anyways, Hubsan, I sure appreciate you guys sending this to me. This thing's amazing. For me as a rookie FPV flyer, this is going to work out perfect for me, you guys. So I do appreciate Hubsan for sending this out to me for a review. I'm going to enjoy this. Just can't wait to go and put the goggles on and give it a shot doing that. So, alright guys, I sure appreciate you watching. Like always, God bless, cheers, and happy flying.